And guys, even I make mistakes editing videos. I made a pretty big one yesterday and I didn't realise that I'd made the mistake until the video was uploaded and I watched back this morning. And pretty much in today's stream, this is frightful because this is something that I should do. I do this a lot when it comes to videos on YouTube. And if you guys are like getting into YouTube or wanting to do YouTube or give it a try for a hobby and, you know, make a cool, interesting video, please frightfully put the effort in, because not putting the effort in can sometimes cause issues. And when I say issues, like less views, and alternatively, you look at the video and then you think to yourself, did I make that? As if I did that. And the thing with me is I've got a buzz to start series and do things on the channel. And then when it comes to sometimes the editing, like say for example if we're a little bit later starting to record, sometimes I really don't feel in the mood to edit, so sometimes I just rush through the edit, put all the scenes together, right, there, done. Render it, upload it, and sometimes I can make big mistakes or sometimes I can make little mistakes. Big or small, there a video that's out there on YouTube that has that mistake. So, I was editing the Derek and the Noreen show yesterday. And when we finished the Derek and Noreen show, something happens in the Derek and Noreen show, and which I was going to upload a little separate video today, which was kind of like a little behind the scenes interview. I recorded it as soon as we finished the scenes for the Derek and Noreen show, so I didn't have to leave the world and then, you know, log back into the world. And I accidentally put that video, that scene, at the end as the last scene instead of a Derek and Noreen show scene, and I missed out a frightful scene which kind of meant that the story didn't make sense. There was a scene where Steve Woods was coming out and finally deciding that he was gay, but there was something which happens in a scene before that which I missed out, and then by mistake I put the interview video at the end of the Derek and the Noreen show. So let me show you guys exactly what I mean. So I'll go into the project, I'll load it up so you guys can see, and as you can see, about just after the break, about here, there's a scene here, look, where there's something I need to tell you. See, like something I need to tell you, all of that blah de blah. Then there's this scene which happens after, which this was meant to be the final scene. This was meant to be the final scene right here, but then instead,
well,
Ash, Josh Backer, and then this was the little,
I enjoyed it.
you know, this was a little sort of behind the scene video scene. So what I was actually meant to do is here, so before this happened, after the break, there was meant to be another scene what went in, and this scene, I need to tell you something quickly, was this one right here. It was a 7-minute long scene. It was meant to, well, it was actually meant to go here, and then this shouldn't have even been here. So it should have gone a little something like this. And then obviously now I've got to put the, you know, the music and stuff back in the right place. But believe you me, and that was all simply because I kind of rushed to get it edited, which is, you know, kind of obviously now I obviously know that that's not specifically, how can I put this? It's not always the cleverest of ideas to do. So now that should be completely right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and render this again. I'm going to re-upload it. Then I'm going to delete the version of this which had the error in it, if you get what I mean. And then it kind of, in a way, doesn't look like the Derek and Noreen show's been taken down, but it technically has. So technically, you'll just get another notification saying, that I uploaded the Derek and Noreen show. And then, quite frankly, the video's still technically there. So everything before the break is still as it should be. And then after the break is all fixed and good. Because this was meant to happen after the break. Because if you look before the break, if I just go ahead and show you before the break.
Come on then.
Believe it.
Somebody took my window out.
See? I don't believe it. Come on, let's go through here and go across the pub. See? So they go through here and go across the pub. Then after the break, they're in the pub. And that scene wasn't there before. And it was this scene what was there. And then we had the wrong scene at the end. So what I'm saying to you guys is it's frightful to check over your editing. I know, like, sometimes you can be in a bit of a rush, but that was a pretty big deal to me. Like, sometimes, making a spelling mistake or something doesn't specifically really bother me. Like, say, for example, if I just got, like, one little word wrong on a bit of text that's maybe on the screen for a few seconds. But when something like that happens, which kind of sort of messes up the whole entire episode, that's when it's more worrying. But please make sure that you check your editing, guys. And I'm just kind of doing this stream as a little tip. I wanted to show you guys that I actually go wrong, and you can go wrong if you don't go through your edited videos. Now, I don't actually put NTV on the screen anymore. I'll tell you why. It is kind of through laziness, but they've kind of done a glitch. There's kind of like a glitching bug on the Derek and Noreen on Share Factory at the moment. So if I go ahead and add some text and I'll write NTV like I used to do, I'll go ahead and write it. You see there how it goes black? Like, it goes black, and then, for example, like, I'll do that. And then you see how, like, you see how it went, like, how it goes black? There we are, look. And then also, every time you add a bit of text, you've got to go ahead and you've got to do that, look. And you've got to do that on every clip, otherwise, say if I do it to there, once the video gets to there, the text will go off the screen. And that's the really, really annoying part about this whole entire thing. But it's that black bit what kind of annoys me the most. Because it goes like black, and then sometimes it'll glitch and then it'll take you back to the beginning of your video. So say like you're putting NTV on the final scene, which is here, and then it jumps you right back to the beginning. You're in a lot of, it just takes it's not just time, but it's a lot of messing about, because Share Factory's kind of gone all glitchy and weird. I liked it before where your text would just stay like across the screen. Like I obviously get what they do. I obviously get what they're doing. Like they're making it so that your text can, you can have text on the screen for a short amount of time, which is good. But what I think they should personally have done is made it so when you first write the text, that it goes across the whole video, and then if you don't want it to go across the whole video, you can change it. Not have it so you've got to make it go across the whole video. They should have kept the old sort of way available, but make you able to change it if you wanted to change it. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. So there we go, guys. I'm going to re-render. And that is how you do it.